Yes, I'm back again to discuss something with respect to our first question, which we thought of would be a question that everyone would be asking himself. That is, how can I overcome fear when I'm to start a business? I will base all my discussions on the Bible because most of what is in the world right now is reflected in the Bible. If we could go in our Bibles and read 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, it tells us that for the Spirit of God, for the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self discipline. If the Bible can encourage us to that extent, that means we have all power and authority to overcome fear. You have all power and authority to overcome fear. Even when you're to start a business, you have the power and authority to overcome that thing that brings fear to you, that you're going to be a failure, that you cannot manage, that things are hard. You can even resist the words that may be are spoken against you, the words that may be putting you down, that may be discouraging you from starting something. Most of the time, we see ourselves as failures. That's why we are followers. But the time we shall discover that inner self within us, it will push us to understand that we are supposed to be made heads and never tails. So, one of the things, or some of the things we're going to be looking at in how to overcome fear to start businesses are God given, they are God driven, and they are inside of you. If God gave you the authority over everything over the earth, that means business, even starting a business, that is authority given to you by God. So you need to seek that wisdom in how you can start that business, you can run that business. I would also quote some famous person who died, Nelson Mandela. He said in one of his quotations that I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. What does that mean? These are words of wisdom from a courageous man who succeeded to be one of the most successful people in his fight for freedom in South Africa. But I would take this last bit, which says that the brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers fear. So we shall call you brave after realizing that you've conquered that fear. Even in business, we shall count you as one of the testimonies after you've conquered that fear and you've gone into start something. So, how can I overcome fear? There are many ways to overcome or conquer fear and by the power of knowledge. The power of knowledge is to know yourself and also know or seek knowledge about what you fear. Do you know that most times we don't seek knowledge about what we fear? Sometimes you may feel the roar of a lion, yet it's a cat, or it's a roar of a dog. I discovered one thing in life that if a dog barks, it shows that it wants to test whether you are also a fearful person. But if you resist, the dog won't interfere or it won't even come to attack you. What does that mean? You've understood the knowledge behind that fear. This thing I learned when I visited one of the national parks that if at all you want to fight a lion, you don't have to show it your back. You just have to move backwards while facing it. What goes at the back of the mind of this lion? That you are ready to attack it. That means you've conquered its fear. You know, you've known yourself and what you're meant to do, and you've conquered its fear. That means it won't attack you. It will always see you as someone who is ready to attack it. So it's the same in business. You need to know yourself. Have you discovered yourself? And then you need to know what you are fearing. You may be fearing something that is a myth. You may be fearing something that was just thought about and someone said it somewhere and it has become a phenomenon or the word of the day. I'll give you an example. Most of the times we walk out of our houses in the morning, but it's something I've heard from one of those traditional myths that when you walk out in the morning and you find a woman, then you call that an unsuccessful day. That's not it. That's not it. What of a woman who walks out and she finds another woman? What does that mean to her? So, if we drive such mentality and we conquer that fear, it will help us to succeed in life or even to succeed in starting our businesses. We're going to look at two key themes in how to conquer or how to overcome fear. One of the key things is, how can I know myself? That is one of the questions you could ask yourself. How can you know yourself? Two, how can I know about what I fear? Let's look at, first of all, the first question. How can I know myself? In order to know yourself, you need to excavate, extract, and understand the priorities of your strengths. Have you ever thought that you have strengths? You have something different from another, rather something that you possess that someone else does not possess? Have you ever taken time to write down those things that you are stronger in than another person? You may be good at cooking. You may be good at playing. You may be good at laughing. Some people are earning money out of laughing, and that's what brings them a money or bread. You may be good at even smiling at people. You may be good at comforting others. You may be good at talking. Politicians are in parliament earning because of talking. You may be good at crying. I've seen several people being hired for funerals to cry and they earn money. That's all entrepreneurship. Have you ever taken time to excavate or understood the priorities behind your strengths? Have you ever discovered your innermost self? Have you ever talked to yourself that what is within me that I can stand on to move on? If you've grown to a certain age, that means there is something that has enabled you to succeed all through the challenges that you have been passing through. Can you sit down and write those things? Can you sit down and note down all those strengths, all those things that are inside of you? Have you ever discovered who you really are? I've seen some lame people on the road making a lot of money, which even a person goes to office, comes back from office, and has never earned such money. Have you ever discovered a lame person seated just on the streets? He receives money. He receives money. And every other day, he can earn more than 10,000. Have you ever thought of that? But if you go to office and calculate 10,000 for 30 days, that's already 300,000. But if you go to office and calculate 300,000, you may not be earning it. So have you ever taken time to think of your strengths or what you have or what God has given you? You need to discover yourself. You need to discover your inabilities. You need to discover the one in you, not the many in you, but just the one in you. There's some scripture that I always love reading, that is 1 John chapter 4, verse 4. That you dear children are from God and have overcome them, because the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world. Most times you've never seen that you are something or you have something within you that is greater than what is out there in the world. Before you fear anything, first discover who is the one inside of me. What is within me? So I would still give you this exercise. Get a notebook and write down a full page of the strengths that are within you. Can you note down everything you feel that is within you that is different from another person? Because God created us uniquely. Where someone is short, another one is tall. And a tall person may not pass where a short person passes. So all those are strengths. So can you sit down and write down your strengths? They may be academic levels. They may be talents. They may be Anything in your life that is far different from another, even twins are quite unique. Twins are quite unique. Even in that is Jacob and Esau, they were both unique. One was a hunter, and the other one was a homeboy. But those are the different key things that made them different. So God is ready to bless you if at all you discover something within you that is different from another person. You may be honest, and that is your strength. We've seen people are honest and they are earning much in being honest. And others who are, some of you may be corrupt, and that's the way God has blessed you, and that's the way you're going to move through life and be a blessing to others. You may be hardworking, that is your strength. You may be funny, people are earning out of comedy. That is your strength. One of your strengths may be, you may be a person who is a thoughtful person. You always think, and people will buy your ideas and pay you because of your thoughts. That may be your strength. You may be caring, and that's where you're going to earn your living. Reliability. You may be reliable, and that's the only way you're going to earn a living. That someone that your business will be based on your reliability. People will come to your shop, people will come to your business because you're reliable. Others, they oversleep and they cannot be able to run business. You may be open-minded. That's also another strength. You may be adventurous, like some of us who love touring. That may be your strength. Others may be home people, and that may be your strength, that you're going to do a business at home. Right now, in this COVID situation, being adventurous is not the way to go. Someone at home may be earning a living more than someone who is adventurous. A tourism company right now is down, but someone at home may be earning a living. So that may be your strength, that you're adventurous. You may be gentle. Just your gentleness will make you think of a business to start. So try to discover who you are. Try to think, who am I? Let me remind you of this story in the Bible. It will help you also understand your strength. This is a story of some little guy called David. If you could take time, maybe we could together discover that David in the Bible was a God-fearing person compared to his brothers. And that was his strength. That is something that he based on to be a successful person. Another key thing we see in David is that David was a self-courage and positive thinker. David never thought of being negative. Even when he was told about Goliath, he was positive thinking. He knew that he would put down Goliath. That is positive thinking. That may be your strength. Most of the things that pull us down is that we're negative thinkers. Most of our minds are thinking of failure. But can you go on the other side of life and be a positive thinker? Drive courage within yourself. Build that strength within yourself because God has put it into us. Build that strength within yourself. Age may be your strength, that you're young and you can be swift in whatever you're doing. So you can utilize your age, especially the youth. You can utilize your age to be someone who is going to be stronger in life. Experience, whatever you've passed through, whatever you've gone through. We see that David talked of his experience in fighting the bear and the lion. That was his strength. That was his strength. He knew that was the experience, and he knew that Goliath was something very, very little compared to the experience this guy had passed through. Can you look through your background? That is your experience. Don't say that that's what I'm meant to be. No. Look through the background and see how you've come out of that background. That will help you discover who you are. You can be an opportunity seeker. Ability to see opportunities where they are. Same. Really seen all the things that the king was going to give someone who would put Goliath down. Use that opportunity. Opportunities come all over to our lives. But we say that that opportunity is not mine. Probably it's for someone else. That can be your strength. Build it as your strength. That I'll be an opportunity seeker in every situation I see. This is a funny story. But you know that there's some people who make coffins who have an opportunity of exploiting other people because of the way they come to buy the coffins. That is an entrepreneurial ability. So think about it. So those opportunities that come to you, don't waste them. Don't forward them. I always tell people that God has put us in the middle of life. The past life, that is for God. The present life, that is said, ask your daily bread. And the future life, that is tomorrow and beyond, he says, worry not of tomorrow, because I have plans for you. Plans are for the future, they are not of the present. They are of the future. I have great plans for you. So those are opportunities of today. Have you thought of your opportunity today to succeed in life? Then, little strength. It doesn't need that you have to be a person who lifts weights in order to succeed. That little thing within you, that little strength within you, that small idea you have in your mind can be an opportunity to succeed. If you discover that little thing within you, it could help you know who you are, and it could help you to overcome what would be fear in front of you. Some of us fear rain, but rain may be an opportunity for you to succeed. I've seen it in Kampala, whereby floods go all over the city. But some use it as an opportunity to carry these big ladies across the floods to the other end, and they earn money. Imagine you come to spend on that. You say rain is bad. At the end of the day, when it's not raining, you say it's too hot. So all those are opportunities which you need to look into yourself and see that I can do it. That little strength, that thoughtful mind, that open-mindedness, that positive-mindedness will help you discover something within you. So just a simple exercise I would leave to you. Can you sit down and write your strength? Take an exercise book. On the first page, say, I'm writing down and listing down all my strengths. I'm listing down whatever is within me that is unique that others don't have. So when you know your strength, this should give you confidence in how to approach your fear. The next thing we shall be looking at is that then how can I know the fear? How can I understand the fear out of me? I've now realized who I am. Then how can I understand the fear out of me? We shall discuss that in our next session. How can I understand the fear within me? Or rather, I've understood the fear within me, then how can I understand the fear out? I know in the next session we shall be able to compare the fear, the strength within you, and you'll discover that you can use that strength to conquer whatever is external. May God bless you.